Hi everyone, this is an Aimsun video and today I will show you how to do RDS or real data sets. This is a feature in Aimsun that you can use to import different data into your model and assign certain data to different objects. In this example, what I do is I'm going to show you how to load survey data into the model. This can be very helpful and important when you do calibration or matrix estimation. And so what you do is, as you can see, you have a lot of turns for each node. So let's assume that you surveyed this intersection. And in that survey, you have a data set saying that in what time period, which movement has how many vehicles, for example. So what you can do, you can assign that data set into each of these and you can link that data. So you don't need to manually input for every single turn. And as you can see, if you have a network big like this, or even much bigger, it is much easier if you just automate it. So you can create in a spreadsheet this data set and you can just load it into your model. Okay. And so the way it works is in the project view, you need to find data analysis, and on data analysis, if you click right, after you right click, you can go to new and create a real data set. As you can see, it created one. It created this real data set folder, and within that it created this real data set 954. I have already set one up, so let's have a look at that. Here, in the retriever section, you can have different retrievers, but we are going to look at the simple one, the real data simple file reader. This allows you to just in a file, usually a text-based file, so a CSV or a TXT, you can load your data in, and Aimsun can read that in and do the assignment. And so when you click add, it will create a simple file data reader. When you go to the properties of it, you can first select your file. Then in the ID settings, so you need to decide what kind of ID you want to use. In previous videos, we discussed that there are different IDs. There are the Aimsun ID, the name, and the external ID. So I'm going to use external ID because external ID can be the same for different objects. So you don't need to have a complicated spreadsheet. You can just set up your own external ID system. That is something I showed in a previous scripting video how to do. And that can be helpful. As you can see also in the spreadsheet, I can use the same turn ID. So node 1, look, go back and watch that scripting video. It is the first and second one I would recommend because without that you might don't know what it is about. So here, as you can see, it's node number 1, then from section and to section. So 3 sections or 3 segments. First is the node number or intersection number, then the from, then the to. As you can see here, if you build a spreadsheet, it is very easy to just set these one up. So like intersection, from movement to movement or direction. And you can just create these with an easy answer function. And then you just put the time, cars and vehicles, car vehicles and heavy vehicles. But I will come back to it in a second. Then you need to select the object type. Since we do turns, it is important to select turn. As you can see, you can select all other things. So you can select images, cameras, circles, functions, everything. You can select nodes, parking areas, park and rides, pedestrians, polygons, points. You have basically all objects listed here, even sections, and so on. So we select turns. Then the initial time. So initial time, set up the date you are modeling. And the initial date, and the initial time is very important. So initial time, you can see it is 8 a.m. Here you can see that the time is 9 a.m. So Aimsun will know that the data set starts at 8 a.m. and this is the period at the end of that period. You can also have different periods in one file. You can put 10 here, and then Aimsun will understand that if you have 10, for example, you have this, here. This will be, if you put 555 cars here, then that will be from 9 to 10. That will be 555, and from 8, the initial time, to the first will be 100, and 10 heavies. So that's the way, and that's the reason it is important. In the time format, you can also select different formats: absolute time, relative time, and in seconds as well. So again, it depends on how you model, what you model, and what do you have your data. You can aggregate your data differently. Let's say if you have every 5 minutes in that spreadsheet or in the survey, you can make some aggregations differently. But we are not doing that. I just want hourly data. I don't want to overcomplicate this first example. Reader settings. So lines to skip. This is important. I set that to 1 because the first line, the first row is the header. So we don't want the header to be included. And this is a very important part. As I said before, it reads a text-based file. So not an XLS or an XLSX file. It needs to be a text-based file. So if I open the same file in text editor, you can see it looks like this. A CSV is saved like this. And you can see that columns are separated by commas. So you need to make sure that the column separator is comma. I don't have decimal numbers, so for decimals it doesn't matter. This part here is your columns. So as you can see here, the first column is nothing. I don't use it. It is only for my calculations. B and C as well. So 1, 2, 3 is not used. Then 4 is my ID, and I set it to turn ID up here. And then it is time the 5th. Then I have F and G. So 6 is count and car. As you can see, if you click on it once, then it brings up, or sorry, twice, it brings up the row, so you can select it from the list. And you might notice there is count in PCUs, there is a flow, and there is a vehicle as well. So again, vehicle is vehicle number. It is quite confusing, but just go with the count, and select the vehicle type. Car. Vehicle is probably like not, is like vehicle number. So if you have a turning count, you select count. And you select the vehicle type to car. You can also set it to all if you want. So count is the one you use. And flow is amount of vehicles in a given time period. It's per hour here, I think, but it might change if we have different intervals. So just make sure that you do counts. You click add, and I select count, and then I select truck as heavies. So OK it, and you can click retrieve here, and you can have some other settings here. We are not going to look at this now. You can just do some further processing of the data, but it's not important. So just click OK. And here, if you right click it, there is a retrieve and check. So let me do a retrieve. You can see there is 1 information, 0 warning, and 0 error. And here it shows that initial time and interval found in the RDS are Saturday, March the 1st, 8 and 1 hour respectively. And that is the file. So it just gives you a feedback. There is also retrieve and check, where you can set different rules. This is very important when you have multiple RDSs. So let's say you have RDS here and you have RDS here. So like survey. Then what it can do, it will calculate how many vehicles get into this section from here. And it will calculate how many gets across these turns. And there you can set up your rule that I want a warning if there is a inconsistency like here. So how different it can be and what are the distances it should consider and what percentages or in absolute terms. And also if you have like congestion or there are different settings you can use, like speed as well. If you see there is like a flow versus capacity. So if you load like 2,000 vehicles on this link or 3,000 and you have a single lane, then you will get a error message that, it's just impossible to have 3,000 vehicles on that link. So it's good to have this check done. It can highlight different issues that can help you to troubleshoot or find any issues or any errors you made. So when I retrieve it, that's fine. I close it. So what you can do is, as you can see in this one, I loaded survey data for node number 1 and 8. So let me just open the table view. I have node. So for node number 1 is this. I just go there, double click on it. And then I'm going to just open one turn, edit. You go to time series. I go to variables. There will be future videos going into the detail here. I just show you how to check, and you select here count. Then I go to table and it shows there are hundreds vehicles, car. So if I go back here, it shows 100 vehicle for that node. If I go to 8, it should show 80. So if I look for number 8, then I open it, then I go back to time series, and it shows 80 or 80. So this is very helpful. And also if you can have like, as I said before, you can have all kinds of data here, more complicated. We can look into future videos in a bit more detail, but I think for today it's enough. Let me in the comment section because any questions you have, because I assume you will have, there is quite a lot to it. Is this something you want to see more videos about or not? Or if you have any specific questions, just let me know and I try to answer it. But thank you very much for watching it. And if you want to support me, please consider liking and subscribing. And also you can sign up as a member to my Patreon or on my YouTube channel. And you can pledge a few dollars if you want a month. That would help me a lot. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.